Hello, my name is Lucas. This is a bit of lit. I'm here to talk about maybe Midrash, and I read Sinclair Lewis's Elmer Gantry, which is an exploration of one particular type of character. I chose this book because maybe Midrash is a book where you read texts that are in conversation with religion. This book is all about religion, but a facet of religion that is deeply important. Um, the in this case, the Reverend for Christianity, who shares the word and teaches people about the word of God. Unfortunately, Elmer Gantry is, as you can see from his face here, not such a good guy. He's a womanizing, brutish, insecure bully, hypocrite, whose golden tongue influences the masses. He's very, very good at getting out of all kinds of trouble. He has different relationships with different women. Eventually, there's one example fairly early on where he gets involved with a woman, and it causes him all kinds of problems because he doesn't really want to get tied down. He wants to have some fun. But she's a fairly simple-minded young woman who's got a lot of expectations on her, and his relationship with her, which he knew he shouldn't be part of, causes him some problems, and he finds a way to frame her so he can get out of being forced to marry her. There are other characters in here. My favorite is Sharon Falconer, who, for me, when I was reading this, is the epitome of that meme. I can fix him, says woman who is worse. Anyway, I'm amazed at the breadth and depth of all of these sort of critiques and criticisms in this really fantastic satire of a particular type of snake oil salesman who uses religion for their own gain. Not be, I mean, I'm not entirely sure how many of the reverends or pastors or anybody actually really believed in God. I don't think any of them were atheists, but, well, there were some claims in here about that. But, yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic satire of this kind of hypocrite that poses as a holy man, appeals to the masses, but is actually detrimental to society. And of course, we can see modern examples of this guy. This book is depressingly contemporary. Although I believe it was published in 1927, the only difference between the Elmer Gantry of this novel and a modern day Elmer Gantry is that television wasn't around in this book, nor was the internet. So, you know, that's like the only thing. The entire time I was thinking, like, I have seen Joel Osteen and Kenneth Copeland and all those other crooks, and maybe they do believe in God, but that is the kind of figure that he is. Yeah, someone who does not really seem to follow the teachings of Christ in any way, about being compassionate or whatever. It's all about their own profit and gain and lifestyle and that kind of thing. So fantastic exploration in that sense. Very good satire. It does pull some jokes about religion, but it's not mean-spirited. In my opinion, it doesn't really, it's not attacking religion. Most definitely, there are some jokes about it, and I think they're actually quite funny, and they're not, sort of like jokes in the sense of like, why do you believe? It's just some silly things, sort of like, one example is there's a church supper where a woman believes that she's found her family history, her family lineage all the way back to Adam and Eve, and it's kind of a silly thing, but I can I can imagine that kind of person, and yeah, poking fun at that kind of thing, as well as poking fun at this sort of monstrous, brutish turd of a human being, as well as the people who blindly follow this kind of guy as well. And of course, it's also contemporary in the sense that not only do we see, an early version of a Joel Osteen or Kenneth Copeland or whatever, but this novel is not necessarily focused on politics at all. It's focused on the church, but this kind of person exists in American politics as well. We certainly were led by one for 4 years. Yeah, I think it's a really amazing novel. I'm sad to say I haven't read other Sinclair Lewis novels. There are times where it did feel maybe some scenes were out of place. They just sort of dragged on. But otherwise, it was quite sharp, very fun, a great satire. And I really want to read some of his other works, like Babbitt or Main Street or, something else. So Sinclair Lewis has a new fan. And yeah, let me know. Have you read this book? Have you read other books by him? What do you think of the topic that he's writing about and this kind of thing? Bye.